Hi everyone, Siavash here, and in this video we're going to talk about calendars within the GHL CRM and how you can actually use them on different platforms like Wix website, Squarespace website, WordPress website, Shopify website, or if you have your website on GHL. So we're going to talk about how you can actually create a simple calendar and basically how you can integrate them with within your existing website, so you can actually have the automations that we have inside the GHL, for example appointment confirmation, appointment reminder, and those kind of things, which helps with the actual people to show up actually. So when someone books, they get the reminders and those kind of things, so there's a better chance for them to show up on the calls. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive in. This is going to be a quick one. If you haven't watched the previous video, what we did was we did the exact same thing for forms. So basically like contact us form and those kind of things that you have on your website. What you can do, you can create them inside, you can create the form within the GHL and put them on your website. So basically anyone that interacts with your website, sign up or anything, you're gonna get them within this, and you can do your marketing campaigns and automation. All right, so if you look at the, let me move this. If you look at the left hand side, you will see the calendar section. So if you go ahead and click on it, if you have no calendar integrated here, it will ask you to integrate one. I'm not going to go through that. I'm probably going to do it in another video, but it's pretty simple. You just need to go to your settings and your profile and set up your calendar there. But once you got that sorted out, the way to create a calendar is from the calendar settings. So if I click on this, you see that the left hand sidebar also gets changed. So we got the calendars in here, and now what we can do, we can go and create a calendar. We have two options. So you can actually group your calendars and put calendars within the specific group. So that's good for organizing if you have different scheduling, different calendars and those kind of things. But for this tutorial, we're just going to go ahead and simply click on create calendar. We got a bunch of options in here. I'm not going to go through the different, I'd like to talk about what is the difference between these things. And in this video, if you want to learn more, just let me know down in the comment section, and I probably would be able to do another video for that. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to go ahead and do a simple calendar. So let's just go ahead and click on select. And this is going to show up, so you're going to name it. I'm going to name this like my YouTube test calendar. You can always add a description, so basically say this is what we are going to do in this tutorial. Now the widget URL, it just needs to be a unique URL. So usually what I tell my students or those kind of things to do is like you basically copy this, your name of calendar, you put it in here. Now as you can see, it says this is slug is not valid, obviously, because it's a URL and URL can't have spaces. So what you do, just basically replace them with dash or underscore, whatever you like. And if that thing goes away, you're good. If not, you can just add some random thing. You put your name, put some numbers. It's not extremely important what it is, because as long as it is unique, this is just going to be like the URL for it. So you got the duration that you can put in here, and we're going to talk about this in a sec. I'm going to go ahead and click on advanced settings. So when you click on it, it's going to open up this whole section that it gives you basically a lot more flexibility and customization. So you can obviously upload a logo, so the logo will sit on top left of your calendar, and you can put it inside the group if you have group. Meeting invite title, usually you want it to be the contact name, so this is the person that actually signing up or scheduling the meeting. Meeting location, so usually if you're doing Zoom, you want to put your Zoom link, like your Zoom meeting link, in here. Usually what I tell my students is basically create a custom value, and then within that custom value you can put your Zoom profile meeting, and then at any point of time, if you decide to change that to, like, let's say, I don't know, team meetings or another platform, Skype or anything else, you don't need to go and change every single one of your calendar. All you need to do is go ahead and change that custom value. So you can put it in here. Then the next part is availability. So this is like, you can play with this as much as you like. You can add different times. You can say I'm available 8 to, like, I don't know, like 1 p.m. Then I go for lunch, and then I'm gonna be available 4 p.m. to, like, I don't know, like 9 p.m. on Mondays, something like that. You can just edit whatever you like. And this is basic calendar stuff that you see in Calendly and everything. Usually what I do, I put at least 1 or 2 days notice, and I don't let anyone to book anything more than like 14 days in advance. So you don't see people, you basically don't let people to like ruin your calendar by like booking something like 3 months later and probably not showing up. Maximum booking per day and those kind of things. Also, if you want to make it recurring or not. The next part is forms and payment. So what you can do, basically, you can create a specific form. Let's say you are an online coach, or I don't know, like a PT, and you need some specific from that person before letting them to actually book a time with you. So you can actually create those specific as a field inside your contact form, and you can use that contact form. You see we have different contact form in here within the calendar. So you make sure that you grab all the details that you need from that client before letting them to book. Let's say if you're an agency owner and you want to do a strategy session on the SEO for that business owner, and you want to make sure that you get all the details that you need, like what is their website, what is the keywords that they're looking for to rank for, what are their competitors, and those kind of things. This consent checkbox, it's basically because if you're using a phone number, so if you're capturing the client's phone number in here, specifically if you're dealing with businesses in US and Canada, you want to make sure that you kind of like ask them to give you consent, because you're going to send them appointment confirmation and those kind of things via SMS as well. This sticky contacts is basically if it works with the cookie. So if the clients previously interacted with any of your forms or anything, the system gonna notice that, and it's gonna automatically fill up the fields for them, so it makes it easier for them. Confirmation page, depending on how you're actually setting up your calendar, it can either go to a different page. For example, if you have your calendar inside funnel, it can send it to a different page, or you can have a simple thank you message in here. Facebook Pixelator, this is for tracking. If you want to track the people that are actually scheduling meetings with you, you can track them in here, and you can simply have them as your audience if you do any Facebook advertisement. Now this is a test account, so I don't have my payment gateway integrated with this account, but if it was a real account and I have my payment gateway integrated, what you could have done is you can actually have payment. So you can actually make people to pay you for your session. So let's say if you're like an online coach and you want to do a consultation, and your hourly rate is like $250 per hour, $250 per hour, you can actually put that there, and they need to provide their credit card and pay that money before scheduling. The other good thing about this is if let's say you are, I don't know, like a chiropractor, or you basically have any health clinic and those kind of things, and you don't want people to book on your calendar without actually knowing that they are real people. Because for example, when we do Facebook advertisement and those kind of things, you always get spam, and you don't want those spams to actually book on your calendar and mess up your calendar. So what you can do, you can actually put a payment method in here and make it like a $0. So all you need is making sure that that person have a valid credit card, so you know that okay, this is a real deal, this is a real person, and then you can let them to confirm that thing, and you can have, and it has a message that can say, hey, this is a zero cost, we're just doing this for security and validation to make sure that you are a real person. So that is extremely helpful. Obviously the option is not available in here because it's a test account and I don't have any payment gateway connected to this. Let me know if you want to see that part as well. I can always do a quick video on one of my actual account with that payment gateway as well. The next part is notification. So basically this is saying to the platform how you want to do the acknowledgement and those kind of things. The only thing that I usually change is in here is like allowing Google Calendar to send the invitation as well. This is helpful because if for some reason your automation and your emails, if they land on their spam, this invitation goes from Google and it's definitely gonna land in their inbox. So they might get double, but at least it's better than getting nothing. So I usually turn that on. connection. So this is the other part. You can link your calendar. So let's say if you have like a personal calendar that you have your like birthday, a dental appointment and those kind of things, and you want to make sure that your business calendar is not going to have any conflict with those. So what you do, you can link it in here, and the platform automatically block those times out. So right now it doesn't show anything in here because I haven't set up my external calendar. But if you set up your external calendar within the integration here on the left hand side, as you can see, you would be able to choose your calendar in here and it will block them out. And then the customization, this is basically how you want it to look like, the primary colors, background colors, and those kind of things. I'm not going to go through this. And then we have the preview widget. So if I click on this, it will open it up in a new tab. And this is how it's going to look like. So if we added a logo, what you would have seen is the logo would have seen here at the top left. And this is obviously the description, time and duration. So if we go ahead and put something in here, see, this is the consent form, additional information, and those kind of things, and then you can schedule. Now, the next part is how you can actually put this on different platforms. So if I go back and save this, it's very, very similar to the form that we did in the previous tutorial. What you can do, so when you click, when you create any of these meetings, what you can do, you can click on these three dots, and you have a share option. So if you click on that, and then in here you have an embedded code. And by the way, let me tell you, one-time link, it's helpful. This is a new thing that GHL added. So as you can see, it's basically making sure that people don't keep booking you. So this is available one time. If they book, that's it. So let's say you want to give any person just like one free consultation, so this is extremely helpful. Anyway, that was just kind of a side note. But embedded code, so you come in here, exactly the same thing. You copy the code, and let's go ahead and show you how you can do it inside the Wix. So if you remember from the previous video, this is the Wix website editor. So let's go ahead and click on the plus, and let's go ahead and oops, if I can move this guy away, and let's go ahead and add an embedded code. And this one, again, embedded HTML. So we're going to add that, just going to drop it in here. And what we're going to do, we're just going to paste the code in here, update, and it's going to render it in here. So that's the calendar rendered in here. Obviously, we need to make it bigger so it's going to fit. This is not the best place to put it, but just to show you how it's going to actually look like. So let me see if I can delete this section. There you go. And this is how you can actually put your calendar on your Wix website. Let me just delete this section as well. This is the footer, so let's bring it down, stretch this guy out. There we go. And here we go. So you have it on your Wix website. Now let's try it on Squarespace. It's going to be exactly very similar. So we're going to go ahead and click on edit. Let's go scroll down and let's replace this guy. So for those of you that haven't watched the previous videos, I'm just going to delete this. We're going to click on add a block, and this one is going to be code. Click on that. This comes up. If you double click, this comes up, HTML. We're going to delete this and we're going to paste a new one. And same thing, we can stretch this guy out, bring this guy out, bring it here, and then preview in safe mode. It's not going to look very nice in here. Once you save it and basically preview the website, it's gonna look all right. There we go. So you can see that it actually shows up in here. Now let's go ahead and try it on WordPress. So WordPress is going to be very similar as well. So I'm gonna click on edit on one of my blog posts. It's going to be exactly the same for pages and those kind of thing. So I'm going to click on this. The important thing is you want to make sure that you are in the code editor, because sometimes it's a little bit funky dealing with the iframes within the preview mode or visual editor. So I'm just going to put it here, paste it here, and I'm just going to click on preview, new tab. If I scroll all the way down, here we go. It drops it in here. You can obviously drop it anywhere that you like. So that's WordPress. And the last one is Shopify. So let's go ahead and edit this page. So let's click on here. And let's scroll down. So we already have this guy in here. So I'm just gonna delete this. And what you want to add, if I can get rid of this guy, oops. So for Shopify, you need to click on plus, add a section, and for it to work, it's going to be custom liquid. So click on that. It will drop it in here. Now double click on it, and then on the right hand side you have the place to paste the code. You paste the code there, and it's going to update that. And obviously you should be able to stretch it, and then if you save it, there we go, it looks like this. And if I exit, we can look at the preview, and if I scroll down, there we go, this is the calendar rendering on Shopify. Now the last part obviously is how to actually use this within the GHL. So if I go back and let's say you have a site or funnel or anything within the GHL, so let's go ahead and say we got a website. I'm gonna go in here and let's edit this first home page. It's very easy to add a calendar, obviously, because it's native. So once it's load, so what you can do, let's say I want to add the calendar right below this guy. So I'm going to click on this plus on the right hand side. If you scroll a little bit down, you will see a calendar section. Click on that, and it says which calendar do you want. Click on it, click on the test, and it will just dump it here, and that's it. And when you select it, on the left hand side you have options. It says redirect action. So this is basically telling you, hey, what you want to do when someone schedules the meeting. So you can have a page like a website URL that goes into like a thank you page and tell them, hey, your calendar, your appointment has been scheduled, and this is what's gonna happen. So basically like giving them a little bit of info about what's going to happen next. But again, you can just leave it as it is, and it will use the redirection rules that you have within the calendar settings. All right, that was pretty much it. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and as usual, if you have any things that you want to learn, or if you need more help with your business, like a tech side kind of a thing, or you want to set up your automation, CRM campaign, and those kind of things, that's what we do. There's a link down there inside the comment section. Make sure to click on that to learn more. And as usual, please do make sure that you like, share, subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.